I spent 45 minutes last summer in a parking lot outside of Costco, locked out of my own truck, because I accidentally triggered the remote immobilization feature through the manufacturer app on my phone. I called roadside assistance. The woman on the line said, "Sir, your vehicle thinks it has been stolen." It had not been stolen. I was holding a rotisserie chicken. This is what happens when cars become computers with wheels. When vehicle telematics systems turn every connected car into a remotely controllable device. Police can now stop your car while you're driving. That is not a future scenario. OnStar's stolen vehicle. Slowdown has been operational since around 2009. When law enforcement confirms a vehicle is stolen, OnStar sends a signal. The car gradually decelerates, lights flashing, until it stops. Sherry Levesque, OnStar's emergency services outreach lead, described the process plainly. Whenever a vehicle is being treated as stolen and law enforcement is involved, they can provide the location or slow the vehicle down. In Maryland, the Fruitland Police Department used exactly this feature to stop a violent carjacker on the Vienna Bridge. After his arrest, the suspect admitted he would have fled from any traffic stop if the car had not shut itself down. The UK company E2V demonstrated a prototype called RF Safe Stop back in 2013. It fires pulses of microwave energy in the L-band and S-band, 1 to 4 gigahertz, that confuse a vehicle's electronics and kill the engine at up to 50 meters. No physical contact required. Section 2420 of the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, also known as the HALT Act, or Honoring Abbas Family Legacy to Terminate Drunk Driving Act, requires new vehicles sold in the United States to include impairment detection systems by 2026. The DADSS program, a joint effort between automakers and NHTSA, is developing the breath and touch sensors that Section 2420 will likely mandate. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration was supposed to have a draft rule by 2024. No draft has been published. So naturally, people are trying to fight back. The civilian countermeasures against remote vehicle immobilization fall into a few categories, and almost all of them have problems. GPS signal jammers are the most obvious option, and also the most federal felony adjacent. The FCC fined a Chinese electronics manufacturer $34,912,500 for selling 285 models of jammers to U.S. customers. A truck driver in New Jersey picked up a nearly $32,000 fine because his little dashboard jammer disrupted air traffic control at Newark Liberty International Airport. Maximum penalty for operating one can include prison time. Faraday bags seem more innocent. They block cellular, GPS, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi when fully sealed. But here's the thing. Forum users who tried disconnecting their vehicle's telematics module entirely, pulling the cellular antenna, removing the shark fin, even unplugging exposed PCB antennas, reported that their Jeep app still unlocked their doors. Modern vehicles have up to 100 electronic control units and over 100 million lines of code. There is no single wire to cut. Here's what I want you to think about for a second. Before I go any further, if every reasonable countermeasure is either a federal felony or simply does not work, what is actually left? Do you wait for the law to change? Do you start buying older cars without telematics? Or do you accept this as the cost of driving in 2026? Drop it in the comments. And if you want to know what comes next, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Because the next video answers a question this one did not get to. Not all cars are equally easy to shut down. The badge on your grille determines how fast police can stop you, how cooperative your manufacturer is with law enforcement, and whether your car can be hijacked by a hacker using nothing but your license plate number. One brand sits at the top of that list and processes 1,500 remote stop requests every month. Another refuses to cooperate at all, even with a warrant. That video drops next week. Some people advocate for OBD2 port locks. physical barriers over the diagnostic port to prevent unauthorized access to the vehicle's brain. Security researchers have pushed this since 2015, when Charlie Miller and Chris Valasek remotely hijacked a Jeep Cherokee's accelerator, radio, and windshield wipers from a laptop, exploiting the Uconnect infotainment system. Their demonstration led to a recall of 1.4 million vehicles. Here's where I want you to consider something. Police can now stop your car while you are driving, and the countermeasures range from very illegal to mostly ineffective. The European Union, under the General Data Protection Regulation and the Artificial Intelligence Act, explicitly prohibits remote government shutdown of civilian vehicles. The United States is currently the only major Western jurisdiction with a law that could be interpreted as requiring always-on monitoring and automated vehicle disabling. Nearly 3,336 people died in police car chases between 2017 and 2022, according to the San Francisco Chronicle's Fatal Police Pursuits database. Deaths increased 2% annually after adjusting for population. The U.S. Justice Department has called vehicular pursuits the most dangerous of all ordinary police activities. Cities like Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Orlando that restricted chase policies saw fewer injuries and deaths without crime going up. Research from Hall and Nix found that more pursuits produced collision harms while providing no credible evidence of crime reduction. MADD claims impairment detection technology will save more than 10,000 lives per year. Representative Chip Roy of Texas filed an amendment to defund Section 24-220. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has been vocal against it. The No-Kill Switches in Cars Act, House Resolution 1137, seeks to repeal the mandate entirely. Most of the tools people are buying to prevent remote immobilization will either land them in federal court or simply not work against a system with 100 million lines of code and a satellite uplink. And as vehicle-to-everything communication systems expand, the attack surface for remote vehicle control only grows larger. I think about that Costco parking lot sometimes. My truck, convinced it was being stolen, me holding a $4.99 chicken, and a woman on the phone politely explaining that I did not have permission to drive my own vehicle. The chicken was cold by the time I got home. Before you go, 2 more videos I think you'll want to see. If you're wondering how the law actually got to this point, how one Supreme Court ruling everyone thought protected drivers ended up creating the legal gray zone we're living in, watch the first one. It's the story of Carpenter versus United States and how 8 major automakers found a way around it. Your location data is being handed to law enforcement on nothing but a subpoena, no judge required, and only one company tells you when it happens. That video is on screen right now. And after that, watch the one about the 40-year-old network running inside every car you've ever owned. It's called the CAN bus, and it has no encryption, no authentication, and no locks on the doors. Thieves are exploiting it to steal vehicles in under a minute. Law enforcement is using it to pull text messages, location history, and audio recordings out of cars years after the fact. Both of those videos are right here. Pick whichever one bothers you more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.